gosh, I just ate like some really spicy serranos. The serranos this spring, I guess, this season are like so hot. And like, so I'm hot, but I saw last night before I went to bed actually all this stuff that's been going on with Cardi B, and like it seems like an old Instagram live that's gotten pulled up. I mean, not like super old, but it doesn't seem like current. It sounds like it seems to me like it was like that time when she was in Dubai when she was actually doing Kodak Black or Bodak Yellow. Sorry, oh my god. When she was when she was filming Bodak Yellow in Dubai, and like she went on several Instagram rants. And this one seemed in that kind of space where she was like pretty freaked out. And she's talking about drugging and robbing folks, men. And I was like, I really like Cardi B. And I know that she has been transphobic, and I know that she has said things that seem super colorist, and obviously I'm not the person to speak on that, because I'm like not in that community. It's like so not my place, but it seems like she has said colorist stuff for sure, and even I've seen critiques that say that she is anti-black, and I will say that I was someone who followed her before she put out any mixtapes, like when putting out like her like little Instagram videos and like saying funny stuff, and like wasn't even doing music. It was just like speaking, and I was like a fan of her then. So at that point, she seemed very much in black culture, and then as she got more and more exposure, she changed her image and her packaging. I hate speaking about women as if they're like a product, even though like Cardi is a product. Like Belcalis is not a product, but Cardi B is, because I mean it sucks because like you never talk about fucking who's like a contemporary. I don't know. You don't talk about men as brands unless you're talking about the man's brand. I feel like she was very, 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 very proud of being black and is black. I mean, she's Trinidadian, but as she was being marketed to mainstream, she was forced to be more palatable. And unfortunately, like whiteness and like whiteness is most highly valued, but blackness is the least valued. And so if you can be even any, like, it's disgusting. This is not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is that I woke up this morning and people are equating her crimes with Bill Cosby's crimes. And like, that's fucking wrong. Super wrong. Like, Cardi drugged men in an effort to avoid sexual violence, and we can get into sex work and consensual full service sex work and how not all sex work is rape, and like, and it's hard because consent has layers. Like, I have consent, I'm gonna bleep my last name. I have consented to sex acts that I didn't want to because I was scared of retaliation, I was scared of being killed, I was scared of whatever, and so I consented, but it was because there was this very obvious threat of violence or force or whatever against me. And that's just like, I think women in the very large range of situations have to deal with that. You see this all the time with like women being told sex advice, like married women, wives, being told like, please your husband even if you don't feel like it, because otherwise whatever bad shit would happen, he would be sad. And like, consent's really hard to talk about, because being a woman, like, your consent is, number one, always up for debate, it's always up to be pushed, it's always up to be, it's never no is no, it's never a no, it's always well, what about this, or what about this, or well, last time, or for this one, or it's always like something else. And so Cardi drugged men to avoid sexual violence, to avoid violence. Bill Cosby raped women to perpetrate sexual violence onto them. Like, a huge, giant, massive, glaring difference, number one. Number two, Bill Cosby had the power in those scenarios, and it was like, he had a position of power over those women. They needed jobs, he's like, whatever. But Cardi did not have that power over those men. She didn't have that power. And that brings me to my third point, which is the robbing. Like, that, okay, stealing's wrong, but America, United States of America in particular, has this set of values, like all of our systems are set up where property is placed much higher than humans. And I mean, like, that's just like a fact. So that she took some money out of their wallets, that stealing money or valuables, like, that property is placed higher than women's agency and their bodies and their mental health. Like, as a woman who has been raped, previously I talked about consent and sometimes consent, like, not being true consent, and the sort of there's a lot to talk about there, but the rape is different than a false consent, and unfortunately both of these things have happened to me, but the rape is very much a different thing, and I wanted to put this in here, that the rape is different. The anguish and the hardship, there's no money in the world, no amount of money in the world, let alone someone's wallet, that comes fucking close. And so, like, oh, her shit's over, her career's canceled, like, blah, like, I'm so tired. I'm so fucking tired. Like, stealing is wrong. Drugging people, it's disgusting. Like, wrong on every count. You should never drug somebody, particularly to take advantage of. Like, you should never drug someone. You should never drug someone, full stop. You should never drug someone. You should never drug someone like the idiot Grateful Dead fuckers who, like, would spray people with acid because they were like, everyone should have acid. Everyone should witness this, like, break mind opening. You should never drug anyone, whether your intention is to open up their mind, to steal from them, to do horrible, demented shit to them, to access their bodies, you should never drug somebody. Wrong. But this like, the crimes are not the same. One used drugs as a tool to further harm against humans. The other one used drugs to avoid violence done to her. Not the same side of the coin, just completely different things. And then that women's lives are, and it's not surprising, but it is disgusting that women's lives are placed so much lower than some money in a wallet. It's disgusting. It's so fucking disgusting. And that's pretty much my thoughts on the matter. I'm going to try and like edit this for clarity, but like this clip is like right under 15 minutes, and I'm gonna try and like take out, you know, some stuff, but like do better. Like, it's so not the same thing. It's disgusting that they're being compared. It's just like, yeah.